It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah, if I retire from rapping, how many of y'all will really miss me? My swing is incredible, feel like Timberland and Missy. Some niggas owe me money for the style, bitch, I'm Fendi, that's a double entendre. Y'all better put some respect on me, DJ, and be like Jesus and Meryl. I'm a king, I'm a pharaoh, frequently leading this era. Greatness be seeping through the mirror, hold my image and my likeness. My family tree strong as Osiris, I butt hard on them haters like tendonitis. Been my own man, creating avenues like Rosecrans. Y'all niggas stick to the script, I switch up the program. I hold bands in both hands and slow dance with your main chick, no romance, I'm so advanced. If I tell you hit the bricks, I mean it. I hate extra niggas around me, shit is inconvenient. I'm sitting in the name, it's my head getting bigger than freedom. We sing it for freedom, the money weighing in like Keenan. A record sale. I flip streams of income like heads or tails. I spit crack like eggshells. Your girl stay chirping like Nextel. The block stay buzzing like I'm serving a fish scale. Either make a purchase or serve a purpose. The boy blaze trails like Nick Nurkic. Shout it type thick like 6 burgers. If she don't feel the kid, it's a disservice. I'm pinning more hits than Keith Urban. This shit working. Had to steal the beat from Flow. I don't keep it low. Best on either coast. Try me, you could be a ghost. Slick like nematode. Swing like Ichiro. Now you tryna sell a fake book. What you be Simone? If they rapping, I don't trust them. Try to stab me in the back, my chiropractor gon' adjust them. Anytime you play a beat, I'm just enhancing the production. With the way I eat, I got to hand you that concussion. Ain't no justice.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. In this video, we're going to be getting into JT. And unfortunately, it just seems every time that we have a conversation about JT lately, it has been for some sort of negativity. We haven't really had any positive things of note that are trending around JT's name. And that's unfortunate. But today we're going to be getting into the fact that she had a performance last night out in New York. She was performing for Vaquera and Nike. They have a new collab that's coming out. It's a new Nike DV8 shoe that's coming out. And she performed and she had on kind of an interesting outfit that people seem to, they thought was comical. And some people feel like the performance was given lackluster. So once again, we're having some performance critique for JT, which this is not the first time that we've been down this road this year. As a matter of fact, it's actually the third time we've had this happen within the last few months. The first time was when she opened up or was supposed to open up for Jeezy at Alabama A&M. And she actually ended up taking the stage after Jeezy. She got on stage and the room completely cleared out while she was in the midst of performing. It went viral. It was a pretty bad look and people recorded themselves on the way out, like showcasing, hey, JT's on the stage. We getting the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that was already strike number one. Strike number two just came a few weeks ago. She was back on stage performing with Jeezy once again. This time she was in, Tampa? And she opened up for Jeezy. This time around, she got on stage before him. She got on the stage and the crowd was giving her no feedback, no reaction. They were pretty much dead. And she was basically battling for her life on stage, trying to get the crowd engaged. She like, what y'all doing? She even went into a speech. Like, why y'all not fucking with me? Is it because, where do I fall? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all look at me as an old head? Do y'all look at me as an OG? Like, a YN or an OG? Like, where do I stand? You know what I mean? The crowd said they was looking at her like a YN, which I think was kind of unfair. I don't see her as a YN, but she also probably shouldn't have put it on the table like that. She kept trying to get them like, yo, y'all gonna get engaged. I ain't gonna keep performing. She actually ended the show and said, I'm not going any further. And this will be the last time that I do one of these shows performing among these older artists. On that lineup, you had Jeezy, you had, Lil Boosie and Plies. And for whatever reason, they wasn't fucking with her. You know what I'm saying? So in recent months, we've already had a couple of situations with JT on stage performing where it just wasn't being well received or received at all, right? So here last night at the Vaquera show, she's on stage. Um, she's been in this whole alternative vibe, alternative, I guess, era. She's switching up some of the sounds in her music, or at least she's trying to. Um, she's giving different looks, trying different things in fashion, taking risks. Some people feel like she's trying to follow Lil Uzi Vert's lead in terms of getting into the whole goth, emo, almost type look. Last night on stage, it was kind of a, I don't know, it definitely looked like theater. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm not here to shit on how she looks. Y'all know I generally try not to even speak on how people look. But um, this is what the people are saying, right? So JT ends up coming out and calling the people Section 8 comedians. And once again, as with all of the commentary I've given so far in this video, we've been down this road before as well, right? JT, she presents herself as if she has the ultimate confidence. But then when the crowd reacts differently than what she may project or give her feedback that's not in line with what it is that she wants to hear, one of her favorite lines of defense is to call the people broke. I'm out here doing what I want to do. You still broke. Y'all broke as hell. Get your broke ass out my comments. This time around, she says, I'm out here getting paid by Nike. Nothing for y'all Section 8 comedians. I could have sworn JT was raised in the same types of conditions, coming from a rough place, rough childhood, broken home. But now, the people are Section 8 comedians. So here we are on the Neighborhood Talk where they posted this. It says, okay, JT hits the stage to perform her single, Grrrls Gone Wild. And I will say, at bare minimum, the Neighborhood Talk, they didn't put up a disparaging post about her. She just saw the people in the comments and decided to react. But sometimes they'll put something shady up and, try to get the people laughing. So this video is of her performing Grrrls Gone Wild. I'll run it real quick. All right, so that was the footage of the performance, which it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of average, This wasn't a big show or anything like that anyway. So some people may, write it off as just hey, this was just a show for a shoe launch. Nothing major, nothing more, nothing less, right? So we got here, Marky Markland says she is different, love it. So she's getting a little bit of love here. This next person says, love me some JT, but it's giving high school talent show. Sheesh. This person here says she's trying entirely too hard to keep up with Uzi's aesthetic. That is a constant criticism of JT at this current point. This person here says at least she ain't giving up and keep going. She go get that success. Last year she had okay and no bars, okay? So this person is encouraging her to keep going. They say, hey, at least she's not quitting. We've got another. Leslie made her wear this when he said, this is something I would wear, but that's just me. Okay. So once again, they thinking that this is out of the Uzi collection. Another person here says she trolled Cardi as the better rapper for this. Another, what's this, High School Musical? Another says, just go on and give it up, JT. Another says, let me go play Cardi Magnet. Oh, shit. We've got an unimpressed Nene here. We got the confused little child here. This one says, it's given. Thank you for coming to my sweet 16. Wow. Somebody else here gives her some credit. I got to give it to her. She been booed a lot. I'm glad she's still going despite it all. And the last one that I'm going to read is maybe the girls of the city do need to get back together. Okay? So as you can see, it's a mixed batch of reactions in the comments. All right? Some people are implying her and Carisha need to get back together. Both of them, I think both of them had different ideas of where their careers could go solo-wise when they did the split. I think JT really saw herself catapulting to a different level. She was coming out. She did the okay thing. She had the no bars, and of course, no bars that had some assistance from Nicki Minaj. She was trying to cultivate a relationship with Nicki Minaj after that whole issue they had. So she really was looking like, okay, this is my opportunity to seize the moment and really go get mine solo. On the other hand, Young Miami, things went completely bad. She lost her deal allegedly with QC. They dropped her, said they didn't want her no more. She's been trying to rebound. The Diddy thing came out last year. Of course, that was her dude or some variation of her dude. We'll just say that much. And then she publicly had to separate herself from him. Privately, we don't know where they stand, but allegedly, she ain't fucking with him no more, right? But people haven't been really receptive to her music. She's put out a few samples, previews, couple that people actually thought was cool. Others people thought was absolutely garbage, right? So maybe it is the higher ceiling for City Girls. Now, their last album did terrible. They sold like 5,000 copies. There was no marketing, no promotion, no standout single. But perhaps they do need each other at this point. I don't know. So here we've got the screenshot. Now, of course, there are some comments above and below. This one says, I know Santana somewhere cracking the fuck up. And under JT, we see maybe the girls of the city do need to get back together. Once again, we just read, oh, that's the same comment. So, JT in the middle, she says, all dolled up performing for Vaquera NYC and Nike, dressed and paid by the brand. And nothing for you Section 8 comedians in these comments. Ha ha ha. Okay? So those are the words directly from JT. She shouts out the brands who booked her and had her come out and perform. And I guess the outfit was Vaquera along with the shoes. But the people were not impressed. And she says, hey, y'all don't need to be impressed. I got paid to do it. And you motherfuckers are still broke, living on Section 8, trying to joke on me. Now, ultimately, I don't agree with this response. I don't agree with any of these responses when people do it. I understand you want to try to defend yourself. And to be honest, as somebody who speaks on a public platform daily, who gets a mixed bag of responses, you get your people that love you, you get the people that hate you, and you get the people who think they can teach you something because they didn't like something you said. You get a lot of different reactions, and the more that you put yourself in the public eye, the more people are going to have to say about you, whether that be positive, negative, indifferent, or somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? And I understand how compelling it is to want to defend yourself, and we all do it, but I think you got to have a certain benchmark or a standard of like, okay, I'm willing to defend myself, but there's certain things that I probably shouldn't say, right? And the reason why you try to set that standard is not necessarily, it's really out of self-preservation, right? Going around calling people broke, the people who ultimately put money in your pocket, and although those people may not be the ones who put the money in your pocket for this event and you're like, hey, I got booked and paid by Nike and Vaquera. Well, people's interest in your music, people playing your music, people supporting you, people buying into JT the character is why Nike and Vaquera decide that they want to align themselves with you. Yeah, you may feel like they got with you because you were a good canvas from your image, but there's so many different good canvases of images out here in the world, right? That doesn't necessarily make you special, but if they believe that people are interested in you and that you can drive a crowd to come out, because they still had to fill up the seats. If you would have performed on that motherfucking stage and nobody came, they'd have been like, hey, we ain't gonna book you no more. And that'll be your last booked and paid event with them. So again, I just feel like you got to walk a fine line in between defending yourself and outright disrespecting or downplaying people's financial situations, because people's financial situations directly ties into your ability to go do shows, to release music, to release merch, you know what I'm saying? To do collabs. All of this stuff is going to be indicative of people's paycheck going in your direction. And the more people you offend who don't want to spend money on you, the quicker you're going to move yourself out of your position. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you noticed, but if you leave it to these publications, they don't even have you on the list this year of the hottest female rappers. Like, you're not even on the list. So I think that's also gotta be something to keep in perspective. Not that the list dictates anything, but just kind of, it does give you a barometer of how people are feeling about you. And to be perfectly honest, I think she should have been on there. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that some of these newer artists, although they may have had a more recent buzz, they just overtake the people that we know and folks that are more so established than the newer ones. But again, it is a testament to the barometer of how people view you in this current moment. And I'll do you one better. You know, I'm not the hugest or biggest JT fan, but I don't think she's the worst. I don't think she's the worst lady out here. I think she has potential. I think she can rap a little bit. She's not the greatest rapper. She's not doing tricks with the flow or anything like that. Sometimes it leaves a bit more to be desired. But I do think if she takes the proper time to get back in the lab, create a good project, have some cohesion with the music, the imagery, you know what I'm saying? Really hone in on who you want to be, like in terms of an artist, not just a capsule character. And I think she'll be fine. And just watching how she responds to people, because that also will turn people off from you very easily. It don't take a lot. So, but this is the stuff that we've been saying about JT for years. You know what I mean? She's still on the same wave. As much as she's not on Twitter as much or what have you. That's who she is. And it always peaks back out. So I think that's unfortunate. Because I do think she could be a bigger artist. I think she could be a better artist than who she is currently. But will she tap into that? I don't know. All right. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there. Peace.
Family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had to